Rumors have been flying ever since Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes announced their split. Was Scientology to blame? Today, some are making startling accusations about the role of Scientology in their marriage. Here's NBC's Josh Mankiewicz.
Hey, Katie.
Katie Holmes' surprise divorce case may have caught many off guard. But Tom Cruise biographer Andrew Morton thinks it was meticulously planned.
Katie Holmes behaved as though she was escaping from Alcatraz, from an open prison.
Only Katie knows the real reason for the breakup, but there's been no shortage of speculation. Morton says the Church of Scientology has been part of the Tom-Cat union from the start.
Scientology was effectively the third wheel, the third person in the marriage.
Journalist Mark Ebner has been writing about Hollywood and Scientology for 15 years.
We've all heard the stories of how Mr. Cruise was supposedly auditioning actresses to date and then marry. That seems very difficult to believe. You know, he's Tom Cruise. People are lining up, right?
Tom Cruise is not your average movie star. He's a Scientologist. The church and his handlers within the church will do everything they can to find the quote-unquote perfect wife for Tom Cruise.
It sounds difficult to believe, which makes this man's story all the more interesting. Mark Headley worked in video production for the church at the time, and he says he was part of that team tasked with finding the next Mrs. Cruise.
Any and all Scientologists that were actresses, we auditioned them. There was no part. It was just, what do you think about Tom Cruise? What have you done in Scientology?
But apparently, none made the cut. And he says a list of women, including Katie Holmes, was drawn up.
After all the girl Scientologists or female Scientologists had been exhausted, then it was like, okay, we have to move outside of the herd.
The Church of Scientology insists there was no project to find Tom a wife, calling that a blatant lie. Headley split from the church in the months before Tom and Katie met. He sued the church over what he claimed were inhumane working conditions. He lost and is now appealing.
And Mr. and Mrs. Cruise just...
But whatever the backstory, Tom and Katie did end up together, and at least for a time, Katie seemed to be more than happy to be, in effect, the First Lady of the Church of Scientology.
I have looked into it myself, and I really like it, and I think it's really wonderful.
But now this Hollywood romance has gone way off script. For today, Josh Mankiewicz, NBC News, Los Angeles.